For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
God bless you and welcome. I want to thank you once for joining me today at Breaking Bread. My name is Brother Sean Brown. I'm here with the privilege and honor to be used by God, not for my own purposes. My time and from what I've experienced, God has a plan. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for me. It doesn't matter whether you pridefully accept or humbly accept. God has a plan. It's all under his control. What I want to share with you today is the purpose behind at least one of the purposes behind why I'm here. And one of that is to alert and alarm, to make aware, as well as awaken. God's people are here where we need to be prepared. One thing that Jesus said was when he first started in his ministry, that he said, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare means get ready, okay? He's not expecting you to do it all or manifest it all by yourself. He's just saying for you to get ready so that when God moves, you know what's going on. See, God is not the author of confusion. But if you're not doing your part, confusion may come. If you're not maintaining the lifestyle that he expects you to live, confusion may come. It's not God is initiating it, but it's because you're not in the position that needs to be prepared for him to use you. Thus, confusion comes. Breaking Bread was given to me by a divine purpose, and that purpose was basically to share the information of God's plan with believers as well as non-believers, to understand that there is something positively set. It's positively set for their life and their lifestyles. We naturally do things through ignorance and don't even realize what we're doing is in the likeness of God. What's missing? His image. The word says that they that seek me will find me. So we're not seeking, but yet we still walk by faith in a lot of things that we do. We have a world out there that gets up faithfully every day, does whatever they do, and they, believe it or not, are walking by faith, whether they call it that or not. They don't know the outcome of the day, and they try to deal with the day the best way they can, even ignorantly. Then you have those who have some idea of walking by faith, but yet lack the works. So we have one that we say, okay, I believe, but then when we get out there, we get perplexed. We get confused. We don't know exactly what to do. Even though the word says, study and show thyself approved. A workman that needs not be ashamed. Understanding is very important. Knowledge is very important. But we can't replace, we have to understand the order. We have to understand the order. We have to understand what God has set for us in the order that he has set it, so that our approach is dealt with thoroughly. So you're not saying, oh, I skipped a piece or I skipped a move, but you're knowing that comes from start to end, it is finished. You have fulfilled all that is required of you. You have conducted yourself in the mannerism that God has set already inside of you. You need to know yourself. You need to know how you function. And you need to know your true divine origin. I know someone will say, oh, well, I'm from Jamaica, or I'm from the Caribbean, I'm from Spain, or I'm from England, I'm from this and that. That's in your physical manifestation, but in your spiritual manifestation, you are from a divine origin. And you need to recognize that divine origin needs to be reunited with its homeland, with its own through the walk that has been created for us called salvation. That plan of salvation. And so what I'm here for today is to initiate and to introduce you to breaking bread, because this is what we do. I know in the Bible there are a lot of people that dispute the authenticity of the Bible's words and what it says, but I'm here to tell you metaphors, parables, symbolisms, mythology, the concepts still carry a message of truth, whether you want to accept it or not. Your life is a parable. Your life is a symbol. Yeah, that's right. Your life is a metaphor for someone else to read. Your life is even a mythological concept for someone else to see and realize the message that God has for you. It is imperative that we find out this truth, that we understand this truth. He said, my people suffer for lack of knowledge. Our suffering, we have a dual nature suffering right now. Okay? Because we don't realize that there's another nature that we derived from. And so we've settled for this nature that continues to prepare us for our own destruction. And I'm here to awaken you to that and how the Bible even lines up with it. Is it important to know some of the things you know, genealogy, color, and everything? For relative purposes, if you want to relate. But the divine plan for salvation is for everyone. The word says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It's important that you know and understand that. It is set up for you. But just as there is an order in the plan of salvation, there's also an order within humanity's structure. Our differences signify that. Our differences are not there that we should ridicule or persecute one another, ostracizing one another, but they're there for an order to be set up, that God will speak through his people and use his people in the order that he has set up. It's perfect, it's thorough, it's efficient, but we want to remake it and play ourselves as God. What we're creating is our own destruction. So I'm not here to scare you about being dead. I'm not here to scare you about going to hell. If you look through the scriptures, Christ vaguely talked about hell. It was a concept that it's still there. Yes, it is there. But the churches seem to be getting more and more into thorough understanding of hell and Satan and the devil, and not clear understanding about the salvation of Christ and the good day of our Lord and his establishment of his kingdom. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to quit. So anything geared, any concepts geared towards that type of attitude, it's easier to understand. We dive into it, we dissect it, and then we throw it at people who are ignorant of their condition to influence them to God. But then they don't come out of love, they come out of fear of the enemy. So I'm going to share with you in segments to come the information necessary to develop and to live according to God's plan. Some of you will accept it, some may not. I'm just doing my job. I'm doing what I've been sent to do. And I do it out of love. Out of love for Christ, out of love for my Father which is in heaven, and out of love for you. So know that this plea to awaken, to become aware through the salvation of Christ, is for you. It's for us to come into that oneness. We cannot receive unity without the Spirit. The enemy knew how to attack us. Take the Spirit, break the will, and separate from the culture. And in doing that, I can remake you into what I want you to be. But we're going to reestablish what was lost, and we're going to regain what was lost. That's what this is about. God bless you, and thank you. Thank you for the opportunity into your homes, into your lives. Thank you for the opportunity. For all reasons, praise to the God that we serve. Shalom, Yeshua Yamashiach. God bless you.